Lots of people travel to the big station at the end of the line. Engines from the other railways sometimes pull for trains. These engines stay the night and go home the next day. Gordon was talking to one of them one day. "When I was young and green," he said, "I remember the place. Do you remember the station of London? It's called King's Cross." "King's Cross?" snorted the engine. "London's Houston. Everybody knows that." "Rubbish," said Doug. "London's Paddington." "Oh no, I worked there." They argued till they went asleep. They argued when they woke up. They were even still arguing when the other engine went away. "Stupid thing," said Gordon crossly. "I've no response." "Stupid yourself," said Doug. "London's Paddington. Paddington. Do you hear?" "Stop arguing," said James. "You make me tired. You both argue about something anyway." Both stopped. "London's not Houston," laughed James. "Now shut up." Gordon rolled away, still grumbling. I'm sure it's King's Cross. I'll go there and prove it." But that was easier said than done. London lay beyond the big station at the other end of the line. Gordon had to stop there so another engine can take his train. "If I didn't stop," he thought, "I can go to London." One day, he ran right through the station. Another time, he tried to stop before the fireman could uncouple the coaches. He tried all sorts of tricks, but was no good. His driver checked him every time. Oh dear, he thought Sally. "I'll never get there." One day, he pulled the express into the station as usual. His fireman uncoupled him from the coaches, and he ran onto a siding to wait until it was time to go home. The coaches waited and waited at the platform, but the engine didn't come. A porter ran across and spoke to Gordon's driver. The inspector's on the platform. He wants to see you." The driver climbed out from the cab and walked over to the other station. He came back a few minutes looking excited. "Hurrah!" said the fireman. "What's happened?" "The engine for the express turned over when it was coming around the yard. Nothing else can come in or out. They want us to take the train to London," I said. I said we could if the Fat Control agreed. They telephoned and he said we could. How's that? "Fine," said the fireman. "We'll show them what the Fat Controller's engines can do." Come on, said Gordon. "Let's go." He rolled quickly over the crossings and backed onto the train. It was only a few minutes before the guard blew his whistle, but Gordon thought it was ages. Come on, he puffed to the coaches. Come on. We're going to town, saying the coaches slowly at first. Then faster and faster, Gordon found that London was a long way away. "Never mind," he said. I like a good long one to stretch my wheels." But all the same, he was glad when London came to sight. The Fat Controller came into his office next morning. He looked at the letters on his desk. One had a London postmark. "I wonder how Gordon's getting on," he said. The station master knocked and came in. He looked excited. "Excuse me, sir. Have you seen the news?" "Not yet. Why?" "Just look at it, sir." The Fat Controller looked at the newspaper. "Goodness gracious me," he said. "There's Gordon. Headlines too. Famous engine at London Station. Police called to control crowds." The Fat Controller read on, absorbed. Gordon came home the next day. The Fat Controller spoke with his driver and fireman. "I see you had a good welcome to London." "We certainly did, sir. We signed autographs until our arms ached, and Gordon has photographs taken from so many dedications at once that he didn't know which one to look at to look good." "I expect he enjoyed himself," smiled the Fat Controller. "Did you, Gordon?" No, sir, I didn't." Why Why ever not? London's all wrong, answered Gwen and Sally. They changed it. It's not King's Cross anymore. It's St. Pancras.